Welcome back to Below the Yellow Line. I'm one of your hosts, Parker.
I'm Braxton.
And I'm Clay.
This is episode 2 Texas Recap.
Texas, baby.
What'd we
Yes,
think
sir.
about it?
The new Talladega.
That's it.
Had all the big ones. Talladega didn't.
Yep.
Exactly. That was one of the races from start to finish. It was just everything going on all at once.
Yeah. What we think about Hocevar getting the pole?
Oh gosh.
Speed was there.
Yeah. Cowboy outfit.
Yeah.
Fitting for Texas.
Yes.
He might not finish another race this year. Ryan Preece was pretty upset he threw him in the wall.
Yeah.
And he said he's going to have his time. So we'll see how that goes.
Preece is going to have to catch him.
He was he had good speed though. He was pretty good. He's one of them drivers you're not going to bet money on or anything, but he's
a wild card.
That was
Yeah.
a surprising pole. And he kept
It
it. I mean,
was.
golly.
What about Joey Wynn? Will y'all want to start off there?
That's fine with me.
What'd he start?
27th, I believe.
27th, working his way up the field
All day.
all day. Same with our boy.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't have the short run speed. But Joey that was not on my bingo card.
No,
I can tell you that.
not at all.
I thought it was either going to be a repeat for a chase. Kyle Larson led the most laps. Thought Kyle Larson had a shot. Michael McDowell, 2 tires.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Michael McDowell on the 2 tires.
Boy, was a rocket.
His restarts were crazy, man. Especially for 2 tires.
Right.
Did not expect that.
No.
But that's like Chase had the pit stop. He went with 2 tires only.
Came
And
in second.
And he started falling off with the 2 tires. How does Michael McDowell with 2 tires just take off like a rocket?
They find speed at all these big tracks.
I'm telling you.
They find great speed at Talladega and carries it over to surprises everybody. I think when he pit, he jumped 10 or 12 spots, 10 or 12 positions on pit road.
Both Spire boys qualified in the top 5, didn't they?
Yeah.
Mhm.
With Hocevar on the pole and Michael McDowell. Yeah.
Because Larson was 4th.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, didn't see that coming out of Spire. I mean, they ain't got the money these other teams do, but boy, they
Yeah.
put some cars in this week.
So going back to Talladega, Austin Cindric won the race.
Mm-hmm.
Carries it over a little bit of momentum, won stage 1.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to say yesterday, the race was pretty much all Penske, plus a little mix-up of Hendrick in there for a little while with Larson getting stage 2. Penske's on a decent little run right now. They're showing strength.
With us considering Wood Brothers to be with Penske, Josh Berry had the
Yeah.
lead and just spun by himself.
Mhm.
But I mean, he led, Joey led, Blaney never got the lead.
No.
Cindric led. It's crazy because Blaney is Penske's best driver, but when it comes to finishes or anything, my God, dude,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, bad luck. He had long run speed, does not have short run speed. Couldn't get the launch, and I was listening to his radio. Can't remember what lap it was, but it was close to the end when Michael McDowell took the outside. Kyle Larson was on the inside. Blaney was in second, had the choice of the outside, but because of turns 3 and 4 with that bump, he decided to go in, and the outside lane just took off.
The bump took out a lot of people.
Yeah, that Eric Estep I watch on YouTube. He said ever since 2017 when they redid the track, it's not been the same, and he said he don't think we'll ever get back to how Texas used to be. But it sure was a fun race to watch.
Yeah.
It was everything Talladega should have been.
Yeah, that's what Clay was saying. It's the new Talladega.
Yeah.
Might rename it Talladega 2.0.
Yeah.
Because what was it? Last year they had 16 or 17 cautions.
16.
A lot at the end. This year, 12 cautions. Pretty following in the same trend. But talking about that bump, are they ever going to get the bump fixed?
They need to.
I mean, we're all about safety, safety, safety.
But when it comes to this track, not doing anything about it.
You're running 196, 198 pretty much close to the same speed as you do at Talladega. And we have a tri-oval pretty much at Texas, and then those two turns, and we're hauling high and in like we do at Talladega, but all these wrecks and nobody really complains. But you have one decent one at Talladega, and it's a big problem.
Yep.
I heard one of the drivers say you have 2 lanes and you might could fit a third lane in. He said, but this kind of track we need 3 lanes, not no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Need 3 lanes. So they really need to get that bump fixed, but I mean we'll see what happens.
Right after, so I watched the whole weekend. I watched Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. Oh, excuse me. And the trucks and Xfinity, they followed the same trend, but Cup didn't. Coming right before the start finish line, everybody was running into the grass.
Yeah.
Everybody was wrecking in the grass, and that would be a good reason to have that third lane work at
Right.
Texas.
And it messed them trucks up when they went in the grass.
And if it wasn't them trying to go lower because of the third lane, you had some of them just get pushed down there like Michael McDowell pushed Joey Logano.
Yeah.
What? I still don't understand how he made that turn and how he took it perfect. You're down on the bottom, and then you come up. I mean, you need to be up the track, I feel like, to make that turn. When you're on the very bottom hugging that wall and you make that turn like he did that perfect. And I mean, it was a perfect pass too.
How did he not lose momentum though? Because it didn't. Blaney was hauling. He had no reason to be in any kind of mess. Blaney was hauling. Those two have that going on. Normally, you get in side drafting each other, causing a little ruckus down there. The other guy just catches up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it didn't look to me like he lost any speed at all.
No. And McDowell did, because shortly after Blaney passed him.
Yep.
So Joey, I don't know if they just worked on his car all day or what. Right there at the end, he had a hot ride.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like Joey, but nobody had anything for him there at the end.
Denny's car blew up.
Yeah.
That was out of nowhere.
Hate that for Danny Keefe.
I thought he was going to have a really good car. Like, he looked like he had a good car, then blows up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I heard after that, Danny quit watching the race.
It tore him up pretty good.
Good thing he quit, because Bubba spun on his own.
Yeah.
So we hate that for you, Danny. It will come for you. Both those drivers will win them a championship one day, maybe. But Danny, we hate that.
So you remember seeing the 11 flag? It was like 11 against the world.
Yeah.
Did you see the new one that come out?
Mm.
11 and Danny against the world. I don't know what it is. They're tight. But Briscoe, lap 89, Briscoe hits the bump. Another person falling victim to the bump. Then I guess the next big thing that really happened was Custer and Byron getting into it on the pit road.
Yeah.
Custer his pit box was far up.
Yeah.
Trying to come in right in front of a guy that's shooting to try and take the top.
Looked like Byron was coming out, didn't even see Custer, just spun him because he was turned around in his pits. But that messed up Byron pretty much the rest of the day.
It didn't look like it was a big hit, but the broadcasters kept talking about how much damage it did to that front splitter and stuff to him. That restart didn't really show any hurt.
No.
Talking about wrecks, what about Carson Hocevar crab walking? He's
Oh,
literally
yeah.
drifting
I've seen that.
going up pit road. That was wild.
Brother missing a toe link, what?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Then Kyle Busch was having a good day. Well, before we hit that, that's lap 229. Lap 172, what we didn't have at Talladega, we have here at Texas, the big one.
Yeah.
That was a huge wreck.
With Bubba.
Yes.
Mhm.
Bubba started it off.
All 3 races this weekend, they all had pretty big wrecks.
A lot of chaos at Texas.
Yeah. That goes to show why some of the drivers are not happy with Texas.
Yeah.
Like Blaney after the race, he said, "I hate this track."
Yep. That was in the Rubbin' Is Racing podcast. It was Bubba and Chase. They had a interview where they were on the podcast, and he said if he could get rid of one track, it would be Texas. They were like, "Well, you want it there. This this last time, and he said, yeah, he hates Texas.
Sounds like the drivers feel about Texas how all of them feel about Hocevar now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get rid of him.
Get them out of there.
And Kyle Busch, he had a great car. He driving the 711 Chevy. He came up there, and I want to say towards the end, he had a good. He was restarting fourth or fifth,
He was up there.
and he was running in third, if I'm not mistaken. Had a really good speed.
Mhm.
He comes through and spins out of nowhere, and it's the same stinking spot.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got to look at that track and because
Figure
I mean
something out.
we only race there once a year.
Exactly.
You have plenty of time for next year to work on, or analyze some stuff, look back at this race, see what needs to be fixed. Because I don't feel like, maybe my memory's mistaken, but I don't feel like last year was like this as bad. Maybe it was, but I mean it was also a year ago. But
Yeah.
I don't feel like the drivers after the race was this pissed off about the track.
My thing is, if you can go and throw a whole MLB baseball field in the inside of a track, how they're doing at Bristol's for the Braves,
Mm-hmm.
why can't you fix something on a track that's not going to take near as long?
Yeah.
What do y'all think about how they turned Atlanta into a super speedway? What if they did that with Texas?
Yeah.
I mean, you
If
could do
that bump's still there, though, it's still going to screw everybody
With the
up.
speed they carry, I mean, might as well be a super.
Yeah.
They're carrying
181.
Yeah, they were hauling at Texas, and it was. I mean, one thing I do like about Texas, it was you could notice a single car dominance,
Mhm.
but if the tires actually fell off at Texas.
Yeah.
It took a while for it to happen, but they actually fell off.
Me and you was talking before this. Didn't you feel like Chase kind of got bald spots or something in his tires?
It was something like, and that was another thing. Strategy was pretty good at this race, unlike the others. You can do what everybody else is doing, and
Yeah.
stay in the pack. But all these others were taking two tires. If you felt like you needed to throw a Hail Mary, Chase was racing probably 16th or 18th. Throws his Hail Mary, comes out with Byron. He got two tires. Thought he was going to be able to. He had a good restart, but he carried the corner pretty hard coming into the corner. And I mean, heck, he started dropping back 2, 3, 4, 5 spots like crazy. About 2 or 3 laps in, he's 20th or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that I hate it happened to my driver, but that's a good look on Texas having tire fall offs and stuff like that, and not being able to compete.
And just won it last year.
Yeah, had a dominant car last year. Looked really good. Had a good looking car this year, but didn't have the speed, or they just didn't have what it took this year.
So have we talked about stage 2 winner?
Larson.
Not yet.
That boy comes from not like he in Xfinity. Don't get put in the car he usually gets put in Xfinity.
Mhm.
Drives somebody else's, wins it, and then dominant day for him. We don't talk about him enough, but I hate to say it, dude is bad.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel about Cup drivers getting to drive Xfinity and getting like a head start on the race they're about to race tomorrow?
I think it's unfair.
Yeah.
It's not fair for the Xfinity drivers.
Yeah, they're getting the experience to run with the Cup drivers. I understand that,
Right.
but not every Cup driver can race in Xfinity.
Yeah.
So I feel like it puts like teams like Spire, it puts them at a disadvantage because do they run Xfinity? Like is Hocevar ran or Michael McDowell ran Xfinity or trucks or anything?
Hocevar runs trucks.
Does
He'll
he?
run trucks, yeah.
But that's a different setup.
A whole different, yeah.
I mean, you can find your points and your targets that you want to hit, but I mean, it's two different setups. I don't know. I guess it's just an opinion thing, but I don't like it. I think Xfinity drivers race Xfinity, Cup should be Cup. But like Larson and Bell running dirt, I don't see there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like they just love to race.
A little time during the week just to race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like how you can do that, but see, I didn't understand. Connor Zilich was the car he jumped in for.
Mm-hmm.
He races for Junior Motorsports. I know he's got stuff to do with Hendrick and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, was he just able just to pick his driver who he wanted to race that car, or was Larson like a designated backup driver, or how that works? Because I think that was pretty much unfair. Larson's probably arguably the best driver in the field,
Yeah.
and he gets in and dominates Xfinity, and nobody had a car to show for him. So I don't know how that works.
It just shows you how good of a driver he is too.
Yeah,
Not
put him in
knowing the
anything.
setup, like not knowing the team that well or anything like that, and he just gets in a car and just freaking any car. It don't matter. He's gonna try to do the double again. Last year when he did the double, dude was leading,
Mhm.
and then the he had a shot to win the cup race if it wouldn't have got rain delayed.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. He's
that's coming up at the end of this month, ain't it?
hmm
That'll be something to watch.
Larson looked really good yesterday, and then there at the end, it's like his car just kind of gave up on him though.
yeah.
Like he just started falling back and back. He still finished really good, but that's not what people expected from Kyle Larson to give up a
Mhm.
couple of spots right off the rip.
Not at all. And then-
So one thing I can't remember if we talked about it last week, but the fastest lap of the race was actually Hocevar too.
Really?
Started the pole and he held fastest lap the whole day.
Does it say what lap he got it on, or do they tell that?
It does not. It just says Hocevar had the fastest
I
lap.
wonder if he got it in the first stage or what.
I looked, and they'll keep the little like clock or the purple
Yeah.
clock beside him. I want to say they even showed he had it. And we do need to figure that out if it's just over the entire race or if it's when they judged that the fastest lap. But that was he had speed.
I want to bring something up too. So stage 3 is the restart on lap 17. Blaney chooses the outside. I want to say McDowell was in the lead, and then behind them was Kyle Larson and Joey Logano. His spotter comes on the radio and says, "We have a teammate behind us," and Blaney says, "I don't want a teammate that's help." He said, "It's not that I'm mad. It's something else." What does that mean? Are we thinking that Blaney in his head that Joey's going to push him and then end up dumping him to get over in front of Michael McDowell, or he just don't trust him, or because if you can't trust your teammates, man,
That
Yeah.
was
They hadn't given him anything really to trust though.
yeah,
That's if I'm Blaney, that's a iffy situation. Because Joey, he's not about the team. Obviously, he's
No.
going for
Yeah.
himself.
Same with
That's-
Cindric. Last
Yeah.
week we seen Cindric push Bubba to the win.
Right.
so that's what I was with. I don't listen to the Blaney radio, so I didn't know what was being said. And I saw that. I wonder if they relayed that message to Joey, and that's why Joey didn't line up behind Blaney, or if that was Joey's choice on his own at that time. But that surprised me.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Blaney did get lucky with having Larson behind him, but
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
it
he
wasn't Larson and just somebody like, I don't know, like Ty Gibbs or somebody behind him, somebody that's not known for pushing,
What about the guy in overtime that was pushing him? Oh, Eric Jones.
Eric Jones,
Yeah.
top 4 or top 5?
I think so.
Eric Jones. Coming
He's-
out of nowhere.
He needs to get out of trying to push folks. Boy, he couldn't push a basketball.
Hey, what about Chastain finishing second? Didn't hear of him all day.
Out
right
of
there at the
nowhere.
end. Yes, sir.
What the crap was that?
Yes, that was crazy.
He was racing high 20s. I wonder if he did one of those little, just random 2-tire pit stops and got up there. But that was surprising.
Yeah, it was.
I was hoping he was going to pass Logano for sure. Or both of them was going to wreck.
I was hoping Joey was going to push down like Michael McDowell did to him. They wrecked. Blaney goes, but it's
New
not how.
diecast sitting in the case.
Yeah.
So we've got Kansas coming up.
Yes, sir.
This coming Sunday. That's going to be a really good race. Who do y'all have picked? Last week we missed. I want to say the last week did we miss our picks? Yeah, we
Mhm.
missed picks for Texas. Y'all want to make picks for Kansas?
Let's do it.
Who are y'all
For it.
feeling?
You want me to start it?
Start us
out,
off.
Skeet.
Obviously, I'm going to pick Blaney.
Yeah.
He's shown he has the speed. He can pass even if he's deep in the field. We just need the finishes. And yesterday he was hard on himself, saying stupid. It was driver mistakes, stupidity. I don't really think he made any mistakes. Like you don't know that second lane's gonna push like that when McDowell got that, or he just didn't have the short run speed. I felt like he did good, but I'm gonna go with Blaney. I'm gonna go with your driver Chase.
Yeah.
I mean, he's top 3 at Kansas with average finishes, and I'm gonna go with Denny.
Ooh. That's a good pick. I like Denny. Who you got, Pork?
I'm going to go Blaney and Chase with you, but I'm going to switch it up and throw Larson in the mix.
Okay.
Larson, he
Can't go wrong.
it don't matter what track. I mean, Talladega, I probably wouldn't pick him, or Daytona, something like that. But
he does weird at the super speedways. He likes to hang back in
mhm.
like mid-30s
Yeah.
and try to put at the end push his way up. It's cost him a lot because the
Yeah.
big one happens towards the back.
Yeah.
But what you got, Clay?
Well, I might have the same picks as y'all. I'm going to go Chase and Blaney. But my third, it's going to be a little wild card. I'm going to go Chris Buescher. I like that 17 car. I want him to get a win so bad.
He's consistently top 15.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's and they look good this at Texas.
Yeah. That one year, what was it, 2 years ago? Back-to-back wins? Or was it, I think it was back-to-back.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, if they can get hot like that again and carry that momentum, they'll be a wild card in the playoffs.
Yeah, I like that pick. I like Buescher.
This episode is brought to you by Leather and Lace. For any haircuts you need, color and treatment, hair washes, they're about to start doing pedicures. Boys, how do we feel about them?
5 stars.
5
It's
stars.
the only place I go. Local business here in Elkmont. If you live in Elkmont, I recommend it. You can contact them at 256-998-1448. And if you want to sponsor us too, send us an email at
belowtheyellowlinepod@gmail.com.
thank you, we love you. Back to the episode.
So you picked Buescher. Speaking of Buescher, he was running third and then had a tire go down, and he made it below the yellow line.
But stay above the yellow line.
Yeah, if you can. But he went below it, and then before he got to pits, his tire kicked off.
Yeah.
And it took a minute, but they called caution, but the caution was for debris. So he had a lane violation in the pits, but if he doesn't have the lane violation, how do we feel about him not being the free pass, since the caution wasn't called for him, it was called for debris, but he's not a lap down or anything right now. But whenever it came back around, he would have been a lap down. So
It all depends on if I guess the lap cars would have passed him.
Yeah.
If because
caution was out after they threw it. He was in the pits, so they have to go at
Right.
caution speed. So by the time he got back out there, he wouldn't.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. That's just been luck. It's been lucky. I don't know how you call that.
I don't know, because it took NASCAR a while to
Yeah,
call it.
they got confused like
Yeah,
like we
are right now.
Because I don't know.
But
I mean, they got a bunch of
different rules. And
yeah, and they don't really stick by their rules.
not all the time, no.
My goodness, one race you're gonna let them race to the end, even though there's a big one
Yep.
like we had at Daytona. But then a couple weeks later, there's a big one, but they're not gonna come back to that, and you're gonna throw a caution and let it end.
Mhm.
Just we got to get more. What's the word?
Consistency.
Yes. NASCAR is not that.
No.
Thank y'all for that word.
So, Kansas, real similar to Texas. It's a 1.5 mile and a half. They're going to carry a lot of speed here, too. Last year's winner was Ross Chastain. Probably going to have another really good car. But qualifying, one thing I've noticed in these past couple races this year is if you don't qualify good, it's hard to do good.
It is.
But, I mean, yesterday with Texas,
Mhm.
the Logano.
That's
Yeah.
Talladega. The Hendricks didn't qualify real good, and there at the end, they were at the top, though.
Yeah. Maybe these, I hope we have good tire fall off at Kansas,
Yeah.
too. Give some strategy thrown into the mix. Not see the people that qualify front, run the front.
Right.
With Ross winning it last year, especially after Texas, him finishing second looks real good for him. He might.
Carry some momentum.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That I don't know. I really don't think of Ross when I'm thinking of top drivers.
No.
He is a really good driver, but when I'm thinking of drivers, he never crosses my mind. I think he's a little sleeper. Like he is a good driver. He
Hit or miss.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in a championship appearance.
And
Yeah.
it might be too because the team he's a part of, like Trackhouse, has got Ross, Suarez, and Van Gisbergen. You don't hear of Van Gisbergen anywhere
No.
other than a road course.
That's
Poor
it.
guy, man. He cannot figure out an oval.
Yeah.
He cannot. And I get it. You got to give him time, but you've got to pick it up by now, my guy.
Quick.
What
If
is
you want to stay in there, that's just spent money.
But they only left him in Xfinity for a year. I feel
Yeah.
like he is a really good road course driver, and he is a good driver, or he wouldn't be in the sport. But
Right.
you've got to, coming from just driving a road course, you've got to figure out the ovals. So leave him in Xfinity for another year or two. Let him figure it out.
Mhm.
Then bring him up with the big boys. Let him
Yep.
meet with them.
Because, I mean, how many years is he in Cup now? 2?
To
I mean, you would think at this point you would halfway have something figured out.
Right.
Like how to adjust what you need to do from road courses to like Martinsville, Talladega, or something.
Yeah.
But he can't figure it out.
That and Suarez. You don't hear Suarez anywhere.
No.
I mean, every now and then
Yeah.
it's random.
Atlanta stole
Yeah.
one.
yeah. Oh, y'all was talking about eating tacos that night.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I think we'll have a good race coming
Yeah.
up. Kansas will be really good to watch.
It's gonna be exciting. Boys, we have something in the works. Should we tell them?
Let's do it.
Do it.
So when we reach 100 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. The way to enter the giveaway is you got to subscribe on YouTube, follow us on all socials, tag a friend in all socials. Clay, what are they going to win at the drawing?
So, in the drawing, this is a mock. This is our first ever Below the Yellow Line t-shirt. Pretty exciting. We've
Yeah.
got the merch. I know a couple people's wanted some,
Yeah.
but we'll have a t-shirt. We throw a koozie in, even do a couple stickers,
Yeah,
possibly a hat in this one.
yeah.
But a couple good incentives to share with your friends and stuff.
So as soon as we hit 100 subscribers, we'll probably do it the next week, and we'll do it on YouTube. We'll do it a live drawing so everybody knows it's fair. And it's nothing big, but hopefully it'll get y'all
Fired up.
fired up enough to start sharing us with your friends and stuff, because we're having fun doing
Yeah.
this, and I don't. It's. I hope you are enjoying it too. This is just gonna be a fun journey. I feel like.
Heck yeah. TikToks are going up weekly,
Yeah.
sometimes 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Got some good feedback on those, good views.
Yeah.
Always post and stuff on Facebook, sharing our Spotify drops when these drop on Spotify. All socials. Follow us on all socials. Likes, like Skeep said, share it with your friends. That helps us out a lot. The more views, the better.
Even a simple like.
Goes
Y'all
a
don't know.
long way.
Y'all don't know how much that means when we look and see. I know we ain't got many likes, but every like, I mean, it makes me feel so happy.
Heck yeah.
'Cause
Comments have been
yeah,
good too. I like the
comments.
comments.
we have a number one commenter too.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, Ron Trey.
Yeah.
Ron Boyd.
Yeah. We appreciate that, Ryan. We
Yeah.
really do. Because I know he's watching all the way through.
Yeah.
And that means a lot. So thank you, Ryan, for that.
Something that would be cool too, if they wanted to drop us questions. Any questions you want to ask, and we throw it in the podcast. Answer your questions. Just tell us who it's for. That or DM us on TikTok. Anything.
Let us know what y'all think about call-ins too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all want to do call-ins, y'all can comment and we can let you know when we're about to record and you can call in.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be fun.
That would be
answering
awesome.
folks' questions. But this is gonna be a long journey, and I'm excited for it.
Yep.
Third video, officially 2. The first one was the intro,
Yeah.
but we can tell it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
Even with a guy like that right there. I'm just glad Skeeps is here, but you know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, y'all got anything else?
It's good with me.
Then well, we'll see y'all next week at Kansas. Peace.
Yo, 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 yo.